So number 14 and 15 in the worksheet is number 13 and 14 in your assignment C. And as you can see, the setup is slightly different, and you have a table of values and you have a YouTube website to look at, because this wants to promote performing a hypothesis test using the p-value approach using Excel. The critical value approach, you have to test, you have to compare a critical value, okay, with a test statistic on a curve, right? Critical region. They call it the critical value approach, using a critical value and critical region with a test statistic on a curve. But with the p-value approach, you have to establish a probability value called the significance level. You can easily use 0.05. All statisticians basically using 0.05, but you have 0.01, 0.025, 0.1. But 0.05 is very commonly used. So you can, by, you know, just to be consistent, you can just use 0.05. So if you're pure of hypothesis, you can use 0.05. So that's your first step. And you still have to calculate the test statistic, but you're going to use the test statistic to get a p-value, a probability value, and that probability value, then you're going to compare it with the 0.05. So the p-value approach doesn't have any curve, no rejection region, because you are comparing a probability value to your 0.05, called the significance level. And then you'll reject the null if the probability value is less than the significance level, called alpha, the 0.05. And you do not reject the null if the probability value is greater than the significance level, which is 0.05. So this is called the p-value approach, p for probability, okay? And then you have the p-value approach using Excel. So you will state the p of hypothesis and your 0.05. Then what you're going to do, you're going to put the data in Excel. Excel going to do all the calculation, and Excel going to give you the p-value, okay? And then all you have to do is to compare the p-value with your 0.05. You will reject the null if the p-value is less than the 0.05. Always bear that in mind. Reject less, I normally say. And you do not reject the null if the p-value is greater than the 0.05. So the 0.05, you start the test with it. They call it the significance level, alpha. You can have confidence in it because all statisticians, basically, the majority using 0.05. The most rigorous test will use 0.01 and so forth, but 0.05 is commonly used. Okay, it is okay. But the p-value, Excel will calculate that for you. So you just have to grab it from the output, read it out, and just compare it with the significance level. And then you can reject or not reject the null and then do your conclusion. So this is what is going on there now in number 13 and 14. Okay, these are the values, so you can just copy and paste it in Excel, and Excel doing the calculation for the p-value for you. Okay, here you can look at the YouTube just to get a feel as to how to process the data in Excel. Just pressing buttons, and look the alpha, the 0.05, the significance level. Just use it. Okay, so I'll be sending some, extra videos on it, so that you can advance on it. All right, so that's what is happening for 13 and 14. So I'll be using number 14 and 15 in the worksheet, okay, as explanations for it. Hypothesis testing using the p-value approach using a software called Excel.